Hi class, this is Kendra Crow, your instructor for Literature 201, and I want to take a moment today to discuss with you the citations for this course. I thought I would give you an example and then show you how to create a citation, both in text and end citation, um, particular to this SOMO textbook that you have. There are no required outside sources for any of the projects for this course, so most of your citations will be coming from the textbook. So that's why I wanted to show you how to create those specifically for the e-text. So I thought I'd start today with the text that we have from week 2, Epic of Gilgamesh. And I just highlighted down here a quote that I intend to use. This could be for a discussion board or for your final paper. And it's highlighted down here. It just says, he saw the secret, discovered the hidden. So that is the quote that I'm pulling, and I've got it here. And I put it in quotation marks because if you're taking it directly from an outside text or from a text and they're not your own words, they need to be in quotation marks. So it's here in quotation marks. But we're not done after that. We have to add an in-text citation. So that's the parenthetical citation that goes just after the quotation mark. So for the parenthetical or in-text citation, you need the author's last name, if the author is known, and the page number. So I'm going back to the textbook here, and I'm looking up at the top of the text to see our author's last name. And this particular text, because it is so old, does not have an author. And you will run into that a lot with these early world literature texts, that they have no known author. So this one does not have an author. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to then just use the name of the text. So it's the Epic of Gilgamesh. So for my in-text citation, I will put a space, then parentheses, and I will write the Epic of Gilgamesh. And I'll put a space, and I'm going to format this properly. So I'm going to make sure that I have it in italics because this is a long text, a long poem, and it needs to be in italics, not in quotation marks. The next thing I need after this, either the author's last name or the name of the text, is the page number. So I'm going to look right up here at the top, and it says page 2.3. So I'm going to type that in there, 2.3. And then I can end my citation, or end my citation with the end parenthesis, and then my punctuation goes outside of that. So I'm ending this with a period, and that would go outside of the in-text citation. The in-text citation is part of the sentence, so your punctuation needs to go after that. So that is what you do for the in-text citation. If I knew the author's last name, I would put it here. If it's unknown, then you put the name of the text. So then for the works cited, this gets a little more in depth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down. I would label this works cited, and then I would start my citation. So for this particular text, again, we don't have the author's name. So I'm going to use the name of the text itself. And whatever you do use first here needs to match what's happening up here. So if I had the author's last name, the first word that would come here would be the author's last name. Since I don't have an author, I'm going to use the name in the text, which is the Epic of Gilgamesh, and I'll just type that in. Period. Space. And I need to make sure I'm formatting this properly, so I'm going to make sure it's in italics. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the translator's name, and just going to pull this down a little bit, and sure enough we have a translator. It's translated by Maureen Gallery Kovacs. So I would put translated by Maureen Gallery Kovacs, period. Then I'm going to put the name of the textbook itself. So the name of the textbook itself is Early World Literature, and I'm going to write that down here. And then I will put a comma because the next part, it's a comma after that. So, and then I'm going to make sure I'm formatting my title again. That's a title of a book, so it needs to be in italics. Then I'm going to put the name of the publisher. So it's Sumo Publishing. And again, a comma. Then we put the year that it was published, which is 2016. I'm going to put another comma. And then I need to put the page range of the entire text itself. So up here, we had the page that we actually took the text, that we took the quote from. Down here, we put the page range of the entire text itself. So we know it starts on page 2.3. I'm just going to type that in, and then it goes until, and I'll just flip through the pages to see when this text ends. 2.4, 2.5, we're still in Gilgamesh. 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, 2.10, 2.11, and we end there. So it goes until 2.11. That's the last page. So if I bring up my Word document again, it goes 2.11, period. And that's it. I'm sorry, before that we had to put our page number. We put pp dot, and then you put your page range. I'm sorry, I forgot about that part. And that is how you do your end citations. I do expect you to do in-text citations and end citations for all of your written work that you turn in. That includes discussion boards and any milestones that you have quotations for. For your thesis statement, you probably won't use a citation, so you don't need to include this. However, for your outline, or and especially for your rough draft and your final draft, you should include in-text citations and end citations. It's a good habit to get into. It's good practice. The more you do it, the more you use it, the easier it will be, I promise. Now, I know this is a lot of information to remember, and I don't expect you to memorize this by any means. But what I do want to do is to show you where to find this in the course. So I pulled up the course here. This is what the opening page will look like. There is a quick citation guide in the final project folder. However, currently this is incorrect. It's the old version of the MLA, so do not use that one. The one I would like you to use is in the course resources, and the course resources is a Google Doc folder that I've created that has a lot of information in it and documents that I want to share with you for this course. So I've located it in a couple spots, but the first spot here is the other important course-related information. If you click on that announcement down here under citation preference, there's a Google Doc folder. If you open that up, it'll look very similar to this, and it's just a course resources for Literature 201. It looks similar to this. I'm not sure if it'll look slightly different if it's under your Google account. But here it is. It's the 201 Citation Quick Guide. It's the 2016 one. And if you click on it, it'll show you everything that I just showed you. So it basically goes through and has all of the information for the citations. It has if it has a known author or an unknown author, it shows you how to go through all of that information. So this is a really nice guide that you can use as a reminder of how to complete your citations. You can also ask me, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have regarding the citations. Thank you so much.